Well, what's happening, guys? This is House Cat MMA, and right now I'm going to be going over what happened in the main card of UFC Fight Night 273, Mike Malott versus Gilbert Burns. But before I get into all of that, if you would just take a second to like and subscribe, maybe do a bit of comment sharing, that should be tight as hell. So the headlining prelim actually was Dennis Bazukja versus Marcio Barboza. Nothing really much to that fight. Barboza just kind of went in there and knocked Bazukja the fuck out with was it a left hook? Yeah, left hook. Slept him pretty good. I think that Barboza is gonna win his first 5 fights in the UFC. He might win more than that, like more than his first 5 fights, but I think he'll at least win his first 5 fights in the UFC. And now we got Thiago Moises versus Gage Young. Moises did a really good job of getting the fight where he wanted it in the first round, taking Gage Young down with some pretty slick trips and stuff like that. But Young showed him how they do it in Missouri in the second and third round and started hitting Moises with knuckle sandwich after knuckle sandwich. Moises got a couple of knuckle sandwiches in there too. But second and third round was all Gage Young for the most part. It wound up a split decision, which it would have been crazy if Moises won that fight. That'd been pretty nuts. But yeah, I thought it was obvious that Gage Young won the second. The one judge that gave Moises 2 rounds, they gave Moises the second round, which the second round was closer than the third round, but you could argue that the second round was all Young. But yeah, I became a fan of Gage Young last night. And now we got Jasmine Jasudavicius versus Kayreen Silva. Jasudavicius did better on the feet than I thought she was going to. Like nothing much really happened on the feet, but I thought that it was going to be a situation where Kayreen Silva was going to pepper Jasudavicius with shots, but Jasudavicius was going to end up getting some takedowns, which is kind of what happened, except Jasudavicius didn't get peppered. What was also surprising was how well Kayreen Silva did off of her back. If she was a longer individual, I think she would have got Jasudavicius out of there. It just the length of her extremities held her back in that fight. But good win for Jasudavicius. And then we got Mandel Nalo versus Jai Herbert. I was eating a hot dog. I was eating a hot dog when that fight was going on. And, I'm like, I'm eating a hot dog. I'm eating a hot dog. And next thing I know, Jai Herbert's getting rocked. I'm like, okay, let me pay attention. And then Jai Herbert rocked Nalo, and then Nalo came back a little bit and rocked Jai Herbert a little bit, and then Jai Herbert ended up knocking Nalo out. I called Nalo to win that fight. I thought Nalo was going to be able to muscle Jai Herbert around, but good on Jai Herbert. A lot of time he has trouble putting it together in there, though I do think he has a world of talent. He got the shit done. I'm proud of him. And then, of course, you got Charles Jourdain versus none other than fucking Kyler Phillips. I almost forgot. I'm doing this off the cuff, you know what I'm saying? Practicing. And that was, Kyler did a hell of a job getting the fight to the ground. That's kind of where, Jourdain has good takedown defense, but like if the guy, he has trouble with wrestlers. Like, he does it. He's not a guy that if you want to, you can take him down. But if you're an elite wrestler, I mean, you can, but you got a whole other set of issues once you get him down there. Because Jourdain's springy, and the amount of energy it takes to keep a guy down like that, who's that springy, takes a lot out of you. That's why Kyler got so tired. And second and third round, it was a lot of his knuckle sandwich city on Jourdain's behalf. He was hitting Kyler a good bit. He'd be throwing kicks, and I'd be like, Jourdain would, and I'm like, why are you throwing this kick? Because every time you do that, Kyler would take him down. But Jourdain did a hell of a job getting back up once he got taken down. He threw a flying knee in the third round. I was like, oh, why'd you do that? Because I wanted Jourdain to win. But Jourdain fought a hell of a fight. I don't know how well he's going to do against the top 15 guys, as far as getting taken down goes. But very talented young man, Jourdain is. Then, of course, you got Mike Malott versus Gilbert Burns. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even think Burns hit Malott clean at all. Really. I mean, he swung at Malott a lot. He swung at him. But, you know, Malott must have some power because every time Malott would, like, punch at Burns, whether it would land or not, Burns would be like, ah. Wasn't very good body language. But yeah, Malott ended up getting the knockout win 2 minutes and 8 seconds into the third round. And the thing is, that wasn't cool. That wasn't cool. They should have given Burns an easier guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get the second coming of Rory McDonald and Mike Malott. I don't know why they gave. He's coming off of 4 straight losses. Why do they give him Mike Malott? But that's the game. That's the game. But that's pretty much all I have on that. And this is House Cat MMA, and I will catch y'all sons of bitches later. But you gotta make sure you do your subscribing. You gotta do that.